So, here it is, when 7 become 1, it all comes together. Oh, you mean when 7 layers of code get broken into one complete ROM? So, I'll save that for near the end, as I do want to make it its own section as of how it did affect my game and the enjoyment. But for now, if you're wondering why I got this game up or this review up before release, as you can probably tell from that first sentence, after many different screens spazzing out and doing many different things, I did get the ROM of Pokemon Moon working with a big help from Midnight. Again, I'll come back to the whole ROM thing in the last section, but for now, here is Pokemon Sun and Moon, the game changer. It's the big one that everybody thinks is going to lead into the hard reboot on the Nintendo Switch, what with the absence of gyms and HMs and such. So, does the soft reboot do well at getting all of us ready for the potential hard reboot on the Switch? Kind of. I feel they did enough right, but at the same time, they were too scared to go all the way with other things, and you can tell they kind of backed out last minute. But for now, let's dive right in with Pokemon Moon. First, the graphics. They are pretty much a straight update from X and Y, with all the 3D models and landscapes getting a few extra polys and a bit more of a polish. With the almost 3D overworld, it's clear it wants to be Gale of Darkness so bad. Which is not a bad thing, as that's what everybody has wanted to see. A main Pokemon game in full 3D. But back then, technology was just not there. We either had to have a full game in 2D or a smaller game like Colosseum or Snap in 3D. But now, with the old 3DS nearing the end of its lifespan, with them not even making the original anymore, only the 2DS and new 3DS, we are at the peak of Pokemon graphics. All the lands and models are now full 3D with quite a lot of polys and are nicely smoothed off. At this point, it's just a slightly pixely version of Gale of Darkness. So, at this point, we are ready for the full 3D Pokemon reboot we've always wanted. Not only that, but the graphics themselves look amazing, with them adding some absolutely gorgeous shaders. So the sunsets, the sunrises, and the fireflies glowing at night, or the torches lighting up the surrounding areas at night, look fantastic. So, vast improvement. The music, on the other hand, it's not the best, like all Pokemon games. The area-to-area music is great and fits the theme of that area. But because, like all other Pokemon games, 90% of your game is going to be spent battling, you're going to get sick of the one battle song. It's not Pokemon's fault. Every RPG does it. Even World of Final Fantasy. Area-to-area music, great. But the second the battle starts, yeah, not heard this one 1,000 times before. Please, RPG makers, listen to me, okay? If you are going to make battles a main part of your game, can you get like a 20-track mixtape or something, so we don't have to listen to the same one battle song over and over and over and over and over and over and over? It just makes me slide the volume down during battles. But other than the one looping battle track, the music is pretty good. Not the best. I know games this year like Paper Mario that have really outdone them on the soundtrack department, so I can't say it's at that level, but it's still pretty good. But now, let's move in to the main game, the big overhaul, the shaker-upper, and boy howdy, have they shaken up a lot of things. But first, it is still Pokemon. The core is still there. You still pick your starter, fight trainers, and catch Pokemon. None of that has changed. As for my starter, well, if you've not seen all over my Twitter and my Deviant art and everywhere else, I'm a gay sea lion, arf arf, best one. Especially because his Z move is the motherfucking Spirit Bomb! Like, you can't even hide that!
I call upon the trees and the water, the sun, the moon and the stars, the plants and the animals, all living things. Let me share your power.
As for what's different, well, a lot. First, let's start off with the Pokemon in your boxes. Boxes are now your all-in-one stop for any off-screen activities in the form of timer-based mini-games. Think of it like this. Here is me playing Clicker Heroes. Actively, I click and level up and so on. But on the side, I can send minions to do side quests for extra gold, extra souls, and so on. And it gives me a time, so come back then, and you have a percentage chance to get the item, or in terms of gold, you are given that amount. Well, the same applies here. There are 3 islands to pick from. Each of the 3 can be set to perform a task that has a timer-based system while you are on your adventure. Island 1 is your standard box. Nothing special will happen with this one. It's the default area where all the Pokemon go when you catch them. However, at the Pokemon Center, it's worth checking in on this box, as sometimes, as the trailer states, a Pokemon can come by, and if it's happy, there is a small chance of you getting to recruit said Pokemon. So basically like a prisoner in RimWorld. Island 2 is your adventure map, wherein, depending on what quest you take and the Pokemon that you take into Box 2, will explore an area like a cave and return with rewards after an allotted time, with some items being pretty good, like the Thunderstones and such for evolving Pokemon. And now, I'm not too sure what dictates the prize, or what dictates the time, like the longer you spend the better the prize, not too sure on that one. But regardless, like Animal Crossing or any other timer-based game, after exploring the cave, your Pokemon will need to rest for some time. So go away and continue your adventure and come back later. Island 3 is the daycare centre as far as I know at time of typing this. I'm currently on Island 2 and I'm yet to see a daycare centre or find a ditto for breeding. But as this clip from the trailer shows, any Pokemon you want to train can be left on Island 3 with a specific drink that will level up that stat or a whole level if you give them the expert drink. Now, the level drink does work like a rare candy, so I think it's 22%. You will lose 22% of the normal stats when leveling up this way. However, even if you get the Pokemon to level 100, you can still keep it in to grind up the stats you want. So while the rare candy drink has lost stats, you can put them lost stats back into the stats you want to have the perfectly customized Pokemon for the most part, which I think is fantastic. It's pretty much the only way that this thing could work, and this is going to be the next section because you're going to hate me for this, but I like this method as it removes the boring, shitty Eevee and Ivy grind. Like, okay, I hate Eevees and Ivies. They, to me, are stupid, and I hope Pokemon does go through with removing them in the reboot on the Switch. However, there are some that like them, and this, despite what people like Verlis say, is a fantastic idea for all those seeking to go competitive. Like, okay, so here's how it works, right? To get your perfect IV Pokemon for competitive, you got to breed for hundreds of hours to get the perfect baby with the perfect nature and the perfect starting IVs. Then you've got to grind for hundreds more hours to get it to the right stats that you desire for your competitive team and strategy. And again, despite what Verlis is saying, this is not a bad thing. That is the training island that removes all of the IV grinding. All he's bitching about is how breeders have lost thousands of hours. Yes, that is true, but here is the flip side, and here's where a lot of people argue that point. A lot of people say they don't have the time to breed, which again is true. We are not all YouTube gods like Velisify or Pimpernite that made it and can sit there and play Pokemon all day. So the people that don't have the time gen Pokemon. That is, they generate a Pokemon via a PC or Game Shark device with the perfect IVs and stats for their competitive team and strategy. Verlis and others argue that such a method is cheating. Arguable, but okay, I can see that. Now, you're the Pokemon company, and you can see your fan base is being divided. On the one side, we have Verlis and Co. saying that genning and cheating is bad, and Wolfglick should be banned for his Dream Ball Raichu. Then, on the other side, we have Wolfglick and the gang saying, yes, but breeding and grinding takes way too long, we just want to play the game. And let's be real, Pokemon is not an esport. You can bitch all you want at me, but it's not. If you do manage to argue to me that it is, it's a very, very minor esport that barely classes as one. Not to mention, it's for kids that don't understand all this breeding bullshit. So, now, you, as the Pokemon company, you're not going to take sides. You want everybody's money. You want Verlis's money and you want Wolfglick's money. So, how do you please both the Verlis breeders and the Wolfglick genners? You need to find the middle ground to keep both sides happy and get both sides money. So, what are you going to do? Well, this was the best way. As now, you have basically made a legal in-game Jenner. You still have to breed a little to get the Pokemon you want with the right nature and right starting stats, but beyond that, you just stick it on Training Island, get it to level 100, and along the way give it the speed drinks and attack drinks and whatever other drinks you want to get it to the right IVs. And you still get to have fun playing the rest of the game and doing other shit rather than having to stand there in a cave killing 1,000 Zubat over and 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 over just to get the speed IVs. So Verlis' side gets to be happy that you've still got to breed the nature that you want and the starting IVs. Wolf's side gets to be happy that there is an in-game Jenner. Verlis' side gets to be happy that it's still some work, as you have to still check up on it and pick the IV drinks you want, and every so often check the level that you want and all that stuff, and it still takes a while to grind up. And Wolf's side is happy that he gets to enjoy working on their strategies and playing the game while the Jenner does its thing. Both sides win. Now, some will still want it instantly. Yeah, you can't stop them from hacking, but you have appeased both sides as best you can, which was a great move for the Pokemon Company. Oh, and seems no one else wants to take this idea. Here's a free one, Game Freak / Nintendo / Pokemon Company. Take it as you will. Verlis also calls all shiny owners hackers. Bit hypocritical because he's tweeted quite a few times a while back about him catching shinies on things like the original Sapphire, so I could call him a hacker. But I can see his point. I mean, if you look at any of the global trade centers, it's full of shiny legendaries which are clearly hacked. You want to remove all this shit in your next game, Nintendo / Game Freak? Here's a tip. Have a custom guy, okay? You can even bring back Guzma. He sounds like the kind of dude that would do one of them custom Pimp My Ride shows. Yo, 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 it's your boy Guzma, and I got some slick programming for y'all today. I'm here with my main dog, Velicify, and I mean dog quite literally. Look at this furry trash here. He got the dog collar on and everything. Give this bitch a howl. And today on Pimp My Pokemon, this slick little puppy be looking to go full on customization with the Pokemon. You know what we're talking about. We're talking about the ball, the Pokemon, the works. So let's head on over to device 1 and get my V-Dog here, his custom ball. It's at this point you're taken over to basically a ball sprayer, and depending on what apricots you've got, you can get different types of balls. As you know, your starter can only be in a Pokeball. But fuck that shit! Who wants this nice gay sea lion in a normal ass Pokeball? He deserves better. So you take your apricot, and depending on what colours you got, is what kind of ball you can get for the Pokemon you picked. Like a blue apricot could equal a dive ball, or an orange apricot can equal a luxury ball. You could even have special one-of-a-kind apricots, like the silver apricot equals Oak's wind-up ball from the 4th movie, or the golden apricot equals the GS ball, or the obsidian apricot equals Mewtwo's badass clone ball with the eye on it. So, at that point, you pick and you get to watch a little cutscene of it getting sprayed. Yo, yo, so little V here picked the pink apricot. Big girly, but I don't judge. I mean, I was a bad dude back in the day, and my main girl, she got pink in her hair. Girl be looking so fine that she blow my mind. But let's watch that ball get sprayed. Ooh! Check that shit out right there! That rusty old Pokeball mixed with a pink apricot, and we got ourselves a sweet ass dream ball up in here. That shit tight, yo! But I'm not done yet. As we said, Fido here, he's going full on custom today. So this cute little ass Pokemon, well, homies, he got himself a fair dinkin' rainbow scale. So that bitchin' Raichu is about to get a whole lot more bitchin'. As with the rainbow scale and your boy's machine here, we can turn that normal Raichu into a shiny. Damn! That shit good! And there you go. Dog Breath over here pimpinated his Pokeball into a Dream Ball and his normal Raichu all shiny like. that's it for this week's Pimp My Pokemon. We've been here with Verlis, and I've been ya boy Guzma. See you next time. There, Nintendo, or Pokemon Company, or Game Freak. It's on the house. I've just solved your shiny, hacking, Pokeball genning problem. You already did half the work with Island 3 using the tropical drinks to take all the boring shit out of Eevee and Ivy training. I've just done the other half for your next game. And speaking of ya boy and his custom shop, let's move on to customization, as full-on customization returns from X and Y. That being, like all other games, now you can pick your gender, and of course, like all other games in the series, you can now pick your colour from black to white to everything in between. However, like X and Y, clothing shops are coming back. Now, in my X and Y review, I liked the idea, but I felt it was lacking. I said boys were extremely shafted in they only got a few different coloured shirts, one length of socks, and that was about it. But girls got tops, short skirts, long skirts, full-on dresses, trousers, short socks, long socks, tights. You get the idea. So if you were playing the game, play as a girl, as they get more variety and all the best shit. I also said you could not take your hat off, so you're limited to the one hairstyle and a few different hats. And lastly, I said about the exclusive costumes. So, did they fix all these things? Only one. So thanks for not listening. That being the hat situation. So now you can take the hat off, and because of this you can go to the hair salon and get a fabulous do, which is good. However, what they did not change, which is the most dumbest shit, is the gender problem and the special outfits. First of all, the gender problem. Once again, if you are a guy, you are going to get shafted. You get a few different coloured shirts, few different coloured shorts, couple of short socks, and that's your lot. But girls, again, girls get the shirts, the shorts, the short socks, the long socks, the tights, the short skirt, the long skirt, the full body dress, the half dress, the full shebang. So if you're planning on playing the game, I would recommend playing as a girl because you get more custom outfits and more customization options. I mean, it was such an easy fix, and it still is an easy fix, but Nintendo would not dare do it, as this is way, way too scary and forward-thinking for them. That is, just make all the clothes for both genders. Like, let the boys wear the dresses. It's just a game. Who the fuck cares? But this was the company that was extremely quick to remove gays from Tamagotchi life. So the only way that they're going to stop caring and just go full-on gender fluent is when hell freezes over. But the bit I'm the most disappointed at is the special outfits. In X and Y, or my X and Y review, I was a bit sad. I loved the idea of outfits, but they did not go far enough. I said you could add special outfits for beating certain conditions, like beating gym leaders would unlock their outfits, or defeating certain trainers would unlock their class of outfits. Like, how cool would it be to not only be a ghost-type trainer, but look like one as well by getting the Hex Maniac's dress and the contacts that give you the swirly eyes? That would have been amazing. Like, if you go on to online battling, when you see the trainer versus trainer screen, your real, living, breathing person or opponent, not a computer, looks exactly like the Hex Maniac. Or again, you're in a real-life online battle, and there in front of you is someone in Shelly's rubber diving suit. That would have been amazing. And you could have even gone all the way and had the full-on Pokemon suits like the Pokemaniacs, like strutting your stuff as a Mega Charizard X or whatever. Of course, they did not do that, but it's okay. I said it's okay. you know, there is the eShop. You can make downloadable costumes. Again, they did not. But here we are. We have Sun and Moon. We have a second chance. So did they implement it? I mean, holy shit, we have some crazy good outfits this time around. I mean, look, we have some bootleg vulgar looking dude with a full red spiky armor. That's cool. I want that. Or the female leader of Team Skull. She's pretty cool. Can I get the 2-coloured twin tail hair from the salon? Or even the leader of the Aether Foundation herself. Can I have both her outfits? And I say both as she gets a different one near the end. Please, this is a great idea. Tell me this shit happened this time around. No. No, they did not do it. Are you fucking kidding me? It's not that hard. And again, Nintendo, Game Freak, Pokemon Company, whoever, if you are listening, eShop is your friend. Get that shit on the eShop. Trust me, hundreds will throw $2 or $3 your way for an outfit they desire. I would throw $2 or $3 your way for Shelly's rubber diving suit, or Claire's dragon tamer suit with the badass cape, or even the full-on Pokemon suits like the Pokemaniacs. Because, I mean, come on. You have to admit, I look damn sexy in black rubber, be it Mega Charizard X or Chandelure. But now we move on to the last section, and now I must stress there is spoilers. We are going to talk about the gameplay and the story. There is spoilers. I will be talking about the Ultra Beasts, the final boss, and all that shit. Spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. So if you don't want to know, skip to this part, and I'll put a little time below that you can jump to. But there is spoilers. That is your final warning, and we are beginning now. So, spoilers. So I think in order to summarise my feelings on the story and the gameplay, we first have to give some context. As I said at the beginning of this review, I got this game via the ROM that was leaked. And this is not to rub it in and say, oh, I've had it for a whole week now. This is the absolute opposite. I hate the fact that I had to do this. I hate the fact that the only way I could get any enjoyment out of this game was to crack my DS wide open and get this via homebrew. But it came to the point where I had no choice. Being a part of the internet, as you know, I make content for all of you guys, and I sometimes get opinions from other reviewers, you know, see what they think, might include it in the review or the video. Being part of the internet, it was impossible to avoid spoilers. I was trapped. Now the ROM is out there. Everything was out there, and every single little detail, all the Ultra Beasts, all the story, the actual true ending, who the champion was, no matter where I went, no matter how much I tried to avoid it, it had spread everywhere like the plague. Twitter, YouTube, DeviantArt, Fur Affinity, Tumblr, Facebook, no matter how hard I tried or how hard you will try, you're bound to see one random thumbnail, one stray tweet telling you who the final boss is. It doesn't matter. You are trapped. So, I had to give in. If I wanted any enjoyment out of this game, I had to get it now. I had to get Midnight to hook me up, crack open the DS and use some crazy file thing that you put on Ocarina of Time to break the 3DS's code and get Moon, just so that I had something to hold on to, some surprise. I mean, I've already seen the entire Pokédex, I've seen every Ultra Beast, I know who the champion is. At least let me have the surprise of the final boss. Spoilers, I didn't get that enjoyment. I saw the final boss before I actually got the game working, but come on, at least, I still haven't seen that yet, at least let me have the surprise of the true ending, please. So, as I say, I got it, and I played through it, and here's what I found, and also, keep in mind that the hacking thing like, doesn't allow you to go online. Like, if you try and go online on the hacking thing, Nintendo's gonna know that you've got a hack copy and they'll be on your ass. So there's gonna be no, like, global trade system or battle system. It's just the single player campaign and the story itself, and then we'll move on to the final verdict. But playing the game, it's great. It's basically the same as every Pokemon. Go into tall grass, catch Pokemon, evolve them, fight, level up, get new moves, become the champion, and so on. But benefits from all of the new stuff, like the PC being for level ups and such, and the HMs no longer being tied to a Pokemon, but using these transport Pokemon around the place to get from place to place like a bus service. The HMs are still there. You can still learn Surf and Flash if you need them for competitive, but they are just TMs now and no longer permanently attached to your Pokemon. And other cool new gameplay features, like each move telling you what is super effective or not against what Pokemon after you have used that move on that Pokemon at least once. Or after you beat the champion, you get to not only become the champion, but also defend it. As you can see here, Bootleg Volga and other people every so often come and call up the Pokemon League and say, hey, I'm ready to become champion. Then they give you a call and say, someone's ready to become the champion, so you gotta fly to Champion's Tower and sit on this throne here and defend your title. However, it's only AI, and if you lose to the AI after becoming champion, then there is something very wrong. It would have been better if it was other trainers in the world that could take you on as the champion, and if you lose, you have to win it back from that trainer's AI. So just say, like, Seems Midnight was the one that hacked my DS to get this. Just say, like, Midnight and me are battling online, okay? And then he can request a champion battle, you know, via the battle center or the online, and he will fight my current team. And if I lose to Midnight, then it's Midnight's avatar sitting in the throne, and I have to train up and come back and then fight his avatar with better Pokemon. So it would have been better if it was more of an online thing. But you know, that's fine. It's the very first time they've tried this. It's a new feature for a potential reboot, so baby steps. But I will say it's a great start. But then we move into the story. What I was hoping to be the best part. I mean, holy shit, we're told about all these big changes. Gyms are gone. Instead, we have the 4 trials. We got Crash and shit flying out of portals like jellyfish, and JoJo stance thing that's going to do the aura attack on top of Coco. So there is so much mad crazy shit going on here. Well, kind of, but only in the later half of the game. The first 2 islands, so half the game, is all normal and nothing crazy goes down. Yes, we see a glimpse of the Ultra Beasts and a bigger story, and Team Skull is fucking with us, but nothing big that really happens. But you know, it's like all of the other Pokemon games. Our first big fight against Team Rocket in the first game did not happen till Saffron City in Silphco, Gym 6. Our big fight with Team Aqua or Magma did not happen till that beachside gym, Gym 6, you know, just before you swim across the ocean to Gym 7 with the twins. So, nothing happening in the first half, completely fine. And this game does follow that suit, so the big invasion and the big stuff starts there, because I'm going to try and keep it as spoiler free as possible, but there are going to be big spoilers. But yeah, so the big invasion, if you will, the big twists and stuff don't come in till the 3rd island. But we get to Island 3, we get a quick introduction to the Aether Foundation and a trip to their island, and like the trailer shows here, while we are on the Aether Island with the leader herself, Lucamine, there's Ultra Beast 01 coming out of the portal. You beat it, and then she chats some shit, and then she says, like, oh, we're also researching these special beast balls that we made to capture them. Spoilers, they made the balls to capture them because they are the true bad guys, but I think everybody already knew that. Anyway, after our big twist at the 8th foundation are the true bad guys, no spoiler there because it's two teams like Magma and Aqua, everything returns to normal. Yeah, you even beat the champion before anything really goes down. I mean, you can find a couple of the Ultra Beasts like 02 when you're looking for things like Topo Coco. I mean, you've seen the trailer. But beyond that, nothing really till you've beaten the champion. So I guess you could call it post-game, as that point the battle tree unlocks with red and blue. But seems there was no 8 gyms. It doesn't really feel like post-game. But after you beat the champion, shit's going down. The Ultra Beast world is coming through. All 8 of them are running round. The mysterious girl Lily is here. Oh, Type Null, the one with the 3 starters and his trainer, and oh, it's all coming together. Well, it would be, but they backed out at the last minute. I say this as there was a lot of things that the Pokemon Company Game Freak said and even hinted at strongly. We're talking big, like, this is basically the answer right here in your face hints, that everyone was like, oh shit, that's a great idea. And then those ideas never came to fruition. Like, the starters will play a big role. Everyone was speculating the Type Null thing. This never happens. They do not play a big role. If you fully evolve your starter and leave it in the box, it does not affect the story in any way. Nor do you have to go get it out of your box at any point to advance the story. Again, at one point, it sounds like they were going to be sacrificed to create Type Null, as Loxton thought, or if not, at least we were going to be outright told that that was how Type Null was created, by them physically saying that it was those 3 starters and maybe Rockruff. But physically saying a Pokemon died and its corpse was Frankensteined into Type Null might be a bit too intense for the children, so it was dropped. The Ultra Beasts, I mean, look at them, especially UB01 and both UB02s. They are literally Lily, Lucamine, and this guy, whatever his name is. Sorry, I forget his name. But they clearly are, and everyone has overlaid them and proved it to high heavens. And at one point during the promotion, Pokemon/Game Freak pretty much confirmed it, with the jellyfish saying that it moves like a little girl for its data entry on their website. And then on the flip side, the little girl that looks like it, Lily, has a big secret and she's so mysterious. Well, her big secret must be that she's the Ultra Beast and that they can take human form. It's gotta be. And I 100% believe that at one point it was the case. And the Ultra Beasts were real people. But not anymore. They're just normal Pokemon. There is no difference. They don't act different. They don't talk. As you can see here, you capture them in Pokeballs like every other Pokemon. That's all. They are just fancy Pokemon. Nothing more, nothing less. But at one point, they were. And you know how I know this? Because of the final battle. After Lily's big secret is revealed, which I hope you're ready for. Like, are you ready? You're sitting down? Braced? Because it's going to blow your socks off because it's a big secret, as the promo text says. Is she UB01? No. Her big secret is that she's Lucamine's daughter. They gasp. I would have never have guessed from the exact same eye colour, hair colour and white clothes. And from how it's written, you can tell that this was a shit twist that was shoehorned in last minute because they did not have the balls to go through with the people turning into Ultra Beasts idea. And, as I say, I can prove it with the final boss. As after Lily says her big secret and says, Ultra Beasts are not meant to be controlled like this, Lucamine. Remember, Lucamine, Lily's mom, looks at her and is like, you fool! I control them because I am one of them. I am the queen of the Ultra Beasts. and then a load of UB01s, a load of jellyfish fly into her, and she turns into this thing. Now, hold on. We are saying that the people and the Ultra Beasts are not the same thing, and it was horribly written that Lily is Lucamine's daughter. Yet Lucamine can turn into one. And now that makes even less sense, as if Lucamine is, or at least can turn into, an Ultra Beast, how come Lily can't? It's clear in her big secret that she's not adopted. She is clearly blood related, so wouldn't that ability pass down from mother to daughter? So the ending is even more of a fucking mess. So, as you can see, at one point, maybe it did pass down from mother to daughter, and she could be the little girl like UB01, but they did not have the sack to go through with it. Same with the final fight. So, Lucamine is an Ultra Beast now, and not just any Ultra Beast. She is the Ultra Beast Queen. She has all the power, and you have been battling all the other normal Ultra Beasts and capturing them in these special balls. So man, I can't wait to see what the Queen of the Ultra Beasts has got as her moveset, and capture the Queen of the Ultra Beasts. Turns out not so. You fight her Pokemon. That big transformation, her big reveal as the Queen of the Ultra Beasts, all that build up to her fight. And you're not fighting against the Ultra Beast Queen, it's just a generic, boring Pokemon battle. Again, at one point it's clear that she was the thing that you fought. But I guess once again, it would not have been right if you captured her, as she is part human, and that might raise some questions for the kids. Because, you know, if you capture something that can talk to you, and is sentient, and is half human, is that not basically slavery? But if Ash's Charizard was a dick and did not obey, then Ultra Beast Lucamine could easily do the same. So, you beat her, the portals close up, and the world is saved. Wait, what? That's it? All this big talk about 7 becoming 1, the big reboot theory, the Ultra Beasts, that ending, it ended up doing jack shit? And a queen that we did not even get to fight? That's how you end it? Well, I feel a bit cheated, to be fair. I mean, I can't say I was surprised, as it was a big risk, and AAA, while pushing the boat out slightly, will never go all the way. And B, I pretty much knew the whole story going in, so I don't feel let down, as I kinda knew it was coming, which leads on to the final verdict. So, my final verdict for Pokemon Sun and Moon is a pretty good 4 out of 5, but with caution. If you are not on the internet and seen nothing, this is the Pokemon game for you. It's got some really fun, really innovative ideas, like the new boxes to train up your Pokemon, and the trials replacing the gyms, to really make the series feel fresh and exciting again. The story, while not the best, is a lovely break from the norm with the Ultra Beast mystery, even if the ending is a little anticlimactic, and the graphics are the best they have ever been for a main series game. This is one in the series that you can certainly enjoy to a great degree, and you definitely don't want to miss out on it. All I will say is don't get too hyped for the ending. It's clear that they had something different planned, but just could not bring themselves to do it. So this new ending feels a little bit tacked on and half-arsed. But overall, it's one of the best in terms of the main series Pokemon games, and I highly recommend it.